Hello, Jack. This is Mr. Garrity from our English class. I just want to share with you the lesson and go over the lesson that we have for this week starting April 6th, the third week of e-learning. So if you'll follow along with me, this is an assignment that I hope is going to interest you because we're going to use a little bit of art and hopefully a little bit of storytelling. So this is based on a poem from the Poetry 180 website, which is 180 poems for high school students. So I want to just go over this poem. So what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to want you to try writing your own poem after reading, reacting to, and drawing an image of the poem The Moon by Robert Bly. So here's the poem. If you look over here, The Moon by Robert Bly. After writing poems all day, I go off to see the moon in the pines. Far in the woods, I sit down against a pine. The moon has her porches turned to face the light, but the deep part of her house is in the darkness. I'm going to read it one more time. The Moon by Robert Bly. After writing poems all day, I go off to see the moon in the pines. Far in the woods, I sit down against a pine. The moon has her porches turned to face the light, but the deep part of her house is in the darkness. So here's what I'd like you to do. One, I would like you to describe what the poet does after a full day of writing. So the poet is using words all day, and then the poet goes and does something and thinks about the moon. The second thing I want you to do is I'd like you to define the word metaphor. You can look that up on dictionary.com, or you can go into Google and just write define metaphor. And I'd like you to put the definition here. Then, this is where I'd like you to do a little bit of writing. I would like you to describe in your own words an image from nature, a tree, an animal, the ocean, a cloud, the sun, a bird, a lake, whatever you want to describe. But what I would like you to do is I'd like you to try to communicate how you feel about the image by the words you use. And then finally, I would like you to draw an image of Bly, the poet, sitting in the woods, gazing at the moon. I've always enjoyed your artwork, Jack. So I think this is a great time where you could draw a person sitting in the woods, looking up through the pine trees to see the moon. I'd like to see what you could draw. I think that would tell the story of this poem quite specifically. If you have any questions, I'm here. I'm willing to go over any part of the assignment that you may need help with. I could even work with you one-on-one over Zoom or Google Meet. Please let Mr. Zarita or I know if you have any questions. Please have this done before our vacation day on Friday. So have it done by Thursday, please. I'll talk to you soon, my friend. Bye-bye.